Terrence "Bud" Crawford is now ready to step into the weight pool of 154 pounds for the WBA junior middleweight title on August 3rd, facing Israel Madrimov. This is going to be an entirely new type of challenge for Bud Crawford, but even for Madrimov as well. Let's talk about it. The announcement has come down that during Riyadh season, Terrence "Bud" Crawford is going to challenge for the 154-pound junior middleweight title under the WBA against its champion, Israel Madrimov from Uzbekistan. This will take place Saturday, August 3rd from Los Angeles BMO Stadium. This is a fight that Crawford has been looking to make for the 154-pound division for quite some time. It was his plan early when he sought unification for Undisputed against Errol Spence that he would soon move up to that weight class to challenge the then undisputed titleist Jermell Charlo. It was not to be. So, this coming August, he will place his record now of 40-0 with 31 KOs against Madrimov, who is 10-0 with 1 draw and 7 KOs. Now, Madrimov is a bigger, stronger fighter, but he brings something to the table that Bud will be excited for. The WBA title, another division to conquer. Bud is moving through the history books as he aligns his eyes on the future and looks for greater economic gain, along with adding to the legacy of his already astonishing accomplishments. When you speak about Madrimov as a champion, though he is only 29 years old, 5'8.5" with a 68.5-inch reach, he is an athletic fighter who's physical. I think that he's more heavy-handed and strong than he is a power puncher. Guys who are strong like that typically have learned throughout the amateurs, we're talking about the European fighters here, how to utilize their strength and leverage. And his style points out to that of a bully in the ring. He's very physical with his opponents. He looks to bludgeon them with single shots. He'll operate behind the jab, but elbows and forearm shots are a part of his assault. And he likes to try to apply pressure. Sometimes his physical strength has been overwhelming to his opponents. That's why when he faces off against Crawford, he's going to find out that this is a man who is versed in being physical as well. An accomplished wrestler outside of the sport of boxing, Crawford not only has the temperament to contend with what Madrimov will bring, but he also has the physicality. Though he doesn't look it, being a very thin and reedy guy who also stands at 5'8.5", and he's like a 74-inch reach fighter who that 74 reach 74-inch reach on him is like a 6-footer. Crawford is a fighter who is an orthodox fighter, and he's 36 years of age. Presently, he has been fighting a great deal out of the southpaw position. Madrimov is orthodox, but Crawford can switch back and forth, and he will be ready to meet that physicality that Madrimov brings to the ring. I wouldn't be surprised to see a point deducted from one or even both of these men during this battle. And it will come down to Madrimov figuring out whether or not he's going to go in there and try to win the fight, defending his title, or if he's going to try to overcome Crawford as a man. That is going to be something that I do believe he is not necessarily prepared for. Many people have underestimated Crawford, calling him too small. But sometimes, some of the greatest of fight can be in the smallest of entity. Do you remember the story of David and Goliath? You see, after his victory over Errol Spence Jr., many people had spoken about the fact that they would like to see a rematch at 154 and see Spence come back stronger against Crawford. But the mere fact that that fight no longer is on the table speaks more about what happened during the first fight. There was a message sent to Errol Spence in that first fight, and he has elected not to go ahead through with the rematch. But Crawford, all the same, is still seeking dragons to slay. And a fighter with that type of ambition is someone that you need to pay close attention to, because you don't know what drives the man. The only thing you know is that he is well driven. Now, Madrimov, when he gets in there with Crawford, I expect him to definitely try to be physical, as he has been with opponents in the past. He'll go to their body. He'll fight out of southpaw. He'll even try to push people around and throw them to the canvas. But again, this is possibly a can of beans that he doesn't want to open up against Terrence Bud Crawford. And I'm hoping that he does, because it's going to give us a chance to see something that I've always known has been a part of Crawford's repertoire, but many of the public is not aware of it. When it comes down to the skill set, Madrimov being strong, being a heavy-handed fighter, being physical, those are aspects that a number of fighters may just not be ready to contend with or respond to. But this is right up, again, Crawford's alley. He loves that. Be physical with him. Get in the blender with him. Try to hit him and hurt him. And try to knock him out. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's exactly what he wants to do to the opponent. And a lot of times, you can't be successful in doing that to an opponent who's trying to get away from you, who's trying to move, who's trying to create distance. So, Madrimov, being younger, possibly physically stronger, but not as experienced, is gonna give it his old college try. I expect to see someone hit the canvas in this fight. I expect it to be a quite physical affair. And Madrimov is going to do his best. He's going to have a little bit of that pride on the table, fire in his belly, to uphold something that he feels that is close to him. And he should. This is a chance, because being the WBA junior middleweight champion with only 11 fights, many people do not know who he is. And the fighters from Uzbekistan always feel that they're being disrespected and disaccounted for when they perform in the ring. But if you're a good fighter, people will take note. And this will be his chance on August 3rd to make that name against one of the current fighters of today who is living in his greatness. Terrence Bud Crawford, on the other hand, knows exactly what's at stake. And he knows how there have been barriers set up to prevent him and his greatness from shining through. He has sought out certain opponents, others have gone a different way, others still have made excuses as to why they don't want to face off against Bud. But that's okay, because Bud is all business, and he's going to seek and destroy those who get in the way of what he looks to attain in his career. And Madrimov stands between he and that junior middleweight title that will make it a fourth division for him as far as becoming a world champion. I believe this is a must-see fight, and I believe that Terrence Bud Crawford is going to give you much to see. So tune in August 3rd to see exactly what happens. It's Riyadh season, and the WBA World and WBO interim super welterweight titles will be on the line. Who will win? Let's find out and tune in. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your pick is in this fight and how do you think it's going to turn out. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.